Maswanganyi Patrick, as well as Kermit Erasmus are with us. Champs.
Good evening.
Well, this is not the spirit of champions. This is not how you were.
A little bit louder, Tito.
Minjani.
Fukile. Hey, me champion. Hey. Kermit? Like, you know what Kermit's spirit is? He's got that app, but Andile, this is our thing. Why am I excited?
Oh yeah, he's won it 3 times
in a row.
Like
so this is my thing.
Three times in a row.
But I mean, retention of it. It's hard to retain this trophy.
Absolutely.
Only Orlando Pirates and Kaizer Chiefs have been able to retain
Very
this trophy. This is the 4th time they're doing it.
Yeah.
It's not an easy thing to retain. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you so much. I mean, it's a lot of hard work that we put in that people don't see. It's a lot of preparation, and takes a lot out of us as players. So we're just happy that we could retain it.
It seemed a very emotional one because you had the media running that week. You were the ones chosen to speak in the media. Listening to how you were speaking, it seemed like it was, I don't want to say personal, but it seemed like this was emotional for you.
He's the one who said 90%.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't wrong, was he?
He wasn't wrong.
We're just stating facts here. We're not trying to be...
no, you went wrong. You went wrong.
But what was it personal for you? Was it emotional for you in particular?
For me, yeah, it's a final, man. I knew it was just one game, and you got to give it your all. For me, that's all I banked on, and I backed myself with that. And I just hope that it rubbed off on my teammates. And speaking after the game with the teammates, after like when we celebrated in the hotel was amazing, because a lot of the players expressed their inspiration from what I try to do on the field. So it definitely rubbed off in the way we started the game. With the aggression we put on our position from the first minute until the last. I think it was just about the desire that won us this game.
Patrick, I look at the running before the final. There was a lot of talk. The 4 games, the 3 they didn't win, even the one they won against running, knocked out of the competition. Even last year, I must be very honest.
Yeah.
Even the pundits that I've brought on here and the conversations we've had here around what's going on at Orlando Pirates right now, I can imagine going into a final with that in your mind. What was that like? What was it? Did that translate to you guys in any way?
No, not really. I think we have lots of senior players in the team, especially like Kermit, and we have lots of them that help us to be in spirit for the final, because they've been there before us. So we knew in the team, and they know more than us. So they try and help us to forget about the past, because we can't change the past, and we have to focus on the final. And we knew that we have to bounce back, because if we didn't, it's gonna be trouble. So we have to win the final, and we had to go and play our game. So we managed to win the final, and now we're very happy.
Yeah, Tito, it was your first. I mean, just that experience. There was also a running joke in the team about Lepasa the scout.
Yeah.
Baromolati.
Yeah, I think first final is always important. I think it's also very emotional. I think to most of us, the new players, it was our very first final ever, and we were very happy that we won, and we were very scared that we might lose. But honestly, having the likes of Kermit and the other senior players in the team, it helps a lot, so that we become relaxed and we manage to focus to the final. And I'm very happy right now also, because I'm a champion.
Nice. There we go. There we go. Kermit, were you surprised to start? I mean, but I mean, when you look at what the season's been like, when you look at, even maybe towards the end of last season, it hasn't been a norm that you've been starting. Were you surprised in a big final that you're getting a start?
No, not at all. I mean, the coach rotates players, and it's.
Don't say that.
Don't say that.
Don't speak about the coach and rotation.
Don't speak about coach and rotation.
Everybody gets the chance to play. I didn't start the season fit because I got injured when we started the season. Everybody needs to get the chance to play, and whatever the coach prefers who starts beginning of the season, that was what he went with. So with that being said, did I know I would start? I mean, I've worked to start in the final, preparing for it. So that I think, of course, I thought I would start the final. I mean, it's an important game. It's against an important team that we need to prepare for. I know what it requires. So, yeah, you work towards that, and you hope the coach would choose you, and you believe that he would, and he did. So.
Yeah, I was going to ask that whether
whether I hoped I'd start, of course. Who wouldn't want to start a final?
In the final, yeah.
Whether the experience comes into play, Kermit.
Yeah, for sure. Experience definitely comes into play, you know. Like I said, I knew what I needed to contribute to make sure that the rest of my teammates were switched on and, you know, ready to fight, because that's what we needed to do. We're not leaving that pitch without the trophy, you know. And for me, that's what I was willing to do everything it takes for that.
I want to speak about Sipho chiming in a little bit, because it's not just the penalties.
Yeah.
If you look at 90 minutes as well, that one-on-one with Zwane even, you know, he had a fantastic game. You know, the penalties was just the cherry on top of an amazing game. But let's take a quick ad break. When we come back, the champions are in the building. Sipho, you spoke to him, Mazwala, in fact, I think it was the post-match.
Yeah. That
you had a conversation to him to say that can you believe
said
the year you've had?
A year ago, obviously moved to Pirates deadline day, same time as Kermit, right? Yeah. 22 September, joined Pirates. He didn't make his debut until January against Cape Town City, if I'm not mistaken.
It was.
You know, and now he's the first choice at the club.
I mean, what a time he's had. And that game in particular, what a match, very deserving of the award. And this was even before the penalties, and that was just amazing as well. The process. Firstly, tell me about Sipho. I mean, I can imagine was elated, but then also, I'd love to know the process of the penalties and the training that week. So I'm gonna go to Patrick with that one. But speak to me about Sipho. Kermit, you wanna take that one?
Yeah, Sipho, I mean, is a great guy, great human being. Very, very like, you know, very selfless in how he treats things, how he treats people, and with his ability. I mean, you know, with working with Coach Tyron, he's improved a lot. He's grown as a goalkeeper, and he's become so comfortable from the way we try to play from behind, and you know, and yeah, man.
So we see that as a superhero kind of performance, and you're like, no, this is you guys getting to know him. This is who he is.
Yeah, that's who he is. I mean, he's always had the ability to do what he's doing now, and it's only now that people get to see that. So for us as teammates of him, he's been doing that at training. He's always been. Sometimes the saves he makes at training in small-sided games, it's ridiculous. So for you guys to see that, it's also admirable, because we get to see that at training a lot, and not many people or the fans get to see what he does, you know. So yeah, he's helped us, he saved us in the game and kept us in the game. Penalties, you know, he's 3 penalties in a row.
Sure.
Patrick, were you surprised with the penalties?
Yeah, not really, but for me, ever since I've been at the club, it was my first time seeing him save penalties since I've been there. So as soon as
go training one minute.
You know, like when you kick penalties against your own goalkeeper training, it's banter, but it's easy to score as you know your keeper is.
You know him well. You know everything.
Well.
You know his
But I think he did his homework for the final, you know, and speaking to the coach on the sideline before every penalty, giving him the signal on where they prepared on who
So this is from the video analysis that you guys have done.
Sure.
You knew where their favorite sides are.
Yeah, well, their preferable side would be. Yeah. And you know, his timing was great. He was calm leading up to every penalty kick, you know. So, you know, I mean, he's unbelievable, man.
He gets a lot of stick from the supporters, and the coach talked about it in the post-match as well. Playing from the back.
Yeah, I think it's just
fans
just
don't
fans
seem to
wanting to
understand
play
it.
quicker at moments, and you know, which to their defense they got a point, but you know, it's football, man. Sometimes, you know, there's a certain pace you try to approach the game with, and you know, we try to catch sometimes our opposition by surprise, which we did on the final. So I think every game plan our fans has got to be understanding and trust the process.
The Sundowns team is a very feared team. I mean, everybody speaks about them in such volumes, in hyperboles even. You know, say, wow, this team, unbeatable. You speak about the 25 games in all matches, they 33 games unbeaten in the league, etc., etc. You go into a match with players like that, Patrick, with a team like that, and you're saying you were scared, you thought to yourself, I don't want to lose this. When do those nerves shake off from you? When did you say, man, even these ones are beatable?
I think as soon as you enter into the field as a player, you remember that you're playing for a big team also. So you can't be scared of other players. So you need to also to be brave and also to perform at your best. As much as you perform at your best, you can influence your other players to perform well. So I think we, as Orlando Pirates, we are a big club. So we also enjoy playing against them because there's lots of things to learn from them also. So I think it's a great game every time we play them, and it's very enjoyable from my side.
And I think you can see it, Andile, because in the previous match at Orlando, Teboho Mokoena was man of the match, and in an interview with us at SABC after that game, he said the reason we love playing Orlando Pirates better than other teams almost in South Africa is because it's almost like a Champions League game, and you could see it even on Saturday. I mean, the wind obviously was...
And that's how I was going to go.
Yeah, the wind and the pitch. When I stepped on it for the scene set at the beginning of the match, I was surprised. The wind started blowing, the pitch. Wasn't nicely.
Yeah, the
cut,
conditions obviously made the game a bit.
But how big was that wind in influencing the game?
It was hectic. If you're playing against the wind, you are in trouble.
You're with the wind in the first half.
And that's
then I would have seen, and I mean, I was in studio with the coaches, Aran Mokoena, Simpiwe Dludlu, and I would have thought a lot more shots from outside the box, especially from you, Kermit.
Yeah,
I would have thought, because you had the wind going with you.
Definitely. I mean, for us, it was just to be composed in winning the ball high up the field, which we lacked a bit, and for me, I was willing to choke them until they vomit, basically, because with the way I'm trying to show my teammates how we need to press was just what I was trying to do, because we have the wind.
Yeah.
There's no way, no matter how comfortable you are as a team, there's no way you're going to come out if I'm trying to press.
Yeah.
And these guys react to what I'm trying to do. We're going to win this ball here and we're going to try and score. That's all I was thinking about. And yes, we had moments when we just needed to be a bit more composed. But, I mean, the first half showed a clear indication of what we're trying to achieve tonight.
Yeah. Because, I mean, they like playing that football where it goes from Allende to Zwane to Teboho when they played, but you guys didn't allow them to do that.
Not one.
Themba Zwane didn't get into those spaces that he likes to get into.
We can't do it for 90% of the time in the game for 90 minutes, but
120
for the moments we needed to do it. We showed it, and man, the desire on the night was unmatched.
MTN8 is in the bag. Did it last season again. Congratulations. They're still the big one, which is the league now that you need to focus on. They're so far ahead. And it hasn't been going well. Yes, could be the turning point, but the last couple of games, it hasn't been going well. Patrick?
Yeah, definitely. I think we started a bit slow with our first game, and we managed to win other games, and we haven't been consistent in our performances as well. So I think this one, it's going to boost us also to be consistent more enough if we want to win the league. So we have to work hard, and we have to try and improve our weaknesses, and also to score more goals, and also to help the team and fight as a team as well. So yeah,
I didn't know, and you were here, I didn't know how big a league is to players and fans alike, because I remember last season I said, hey, 2 trophies for Orlando Pirates in the second place. For me, better team, best team in the country, because Sundowns only won the league.
Yeah.
Fans were like, Andile, we appreciate the 2 trophies, really love them. Players even are like, we really love this, but the honor is the league.
Yeah.
Do you feel the same?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that means you the best in the league, basically. Yes, okay, win 2 trophies, domestic trophies, cups that you compete for. Yes, obviously, it's better than not winning anything. But yeah, I mean, the league is what we play for every season. Without the league, we don't have no job. If you're being honest.
No, I hear you. Last one. I keep saying this. Coach Ribeiro, even Coach Orlando Mokoena says, amazing coach, great coach. Loves playing against him, obviously, because it's a huge challenge. Comes into the league last season, wins 2 trophies. Every time I have soccer pundits and analysts, they say you can see the coaching at Orlando Pirates. You've worked not only here but overseas. You've worked with coaches. Where do you rate Coach Ribeiro?
Yeah, he's one of the best, because as we're learning as players from how he wants us to play and the identity we're trying to achieve in the way we're trying to play, he's learning as well about us as players, and he's open to that as well. So having that, yeah, we can only grow from that, from one another. And you know, he's very humble about being here, being at the club like Orlando Pirates, and he's expressed that to us. And I mean, we want to win things, and so does he. And it just gels well with us as players. He's open to understanding us, making sure that, you know, he gets to treat players in the way that's comfortable for them, you know, so that they can grow, and coaching them in the way that make them feel comfortable also to improve as players, and to be willing to be coached from not only from him as the coach, but from his assistants as well. So yeah, I mean, he's a great person. He's very humble. He's always making sure that the senior players are looking out for the things, you know, to make sure that the players keep in the same following in the same direction, working on the goals. We did a thing in the preseason where we had to write down what we wanted to achieve, and we were put in groups, and we've all stuck to those goals and things that we're trying to achieve, and we hold ourselves accountable, which is the most important thing. And that's the only way you can grow, as not only as players but as human beings. So
did going to Spain help?
Yeah, definitely. I think.
Yeah, he had to pack his bag pretty quickly.
Yeah. What would you say going to Spain did for you? What you know, being there, playing against that opposition, training there, what do you think that did for you guys?
I think it helped us a lot, especially in improving on where to move, the space, the right passes. And I think being there, playing against the best teams also, it also improved our level of thinking also. And also we managed to see that it's possible, you know, to also like play good football, not just only like play for the sake of playing, but you need to think also in the field of play, because it requires a lot, especially when you're tired. I mean, you need your players, and also for your players to improve, you need yourself to be at the high level of thinking. So yeah,
you're so proud of him.
I mean, if you look at how he was playing last season compared to how he's playing this season, there's a big difference.
No, 100%.
I mean,
a good coach, and we know this. A good coach.
The way he plays in the pockets is so good, man. I'm so impressed by how he's improved, because it's not easy. You gotta use your brain to think in those small areas, and to turn and know when to turn in, know when to be patient, not to follow the ball.
To beat the press as well.
You know,
not many can do that.
He's doing that constantly, and to do that consistently is not an easy thing.
I don't know what the game plan was. It looked like it was to absorb a lot. I think it was statistically, and you can correct me, was either 1 or 0 shots on target in 120. Does that bother you?
I think the one but it hit the side net.
There was one that Ronman went to and he saved. But I think it probably statistically will be 0 shots on target.
I mean, like I said,
in 120 minutes, Kermit.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, it doesn't bother me, because it's an MTN fight. It was a final.
Yeah.
I mean, what you gonna do? We literally went 1 against 1 in every position. Who's brave enough to do that? We literally went 1 against 1. It's just their keeper that was free. We went 1 against 1 in every position. We matched them for pound.
What is your understanding of the drop ball rule?
Simple.
What is your understanding of the drop ball rule?
I mean, look, if the keeper had the position to pick up the ball prior to the drop ball, and then the referee drops the ball, then he can pick it up. But if somebody passed the keeper the ball and he wants to complain about, for whatever reason, and then they drop the ball, why does he have the right to pick it up?
I really don't know.
I don't know either.
I
was looking for my FIFA rule book.
But just think about it. Prior to receiving the ball, if it comes from an opponent where the keeper can pick up the ball, for whatever reason, if the game gets stopped, the referee bounces the ball, the keeper can pick up the ball whenever he wants.
Correct.
But if it comes from a back pass, and for whatever reason the game gets stopped, I mean, it comes from a back pass.
We're going to
prior
find
the
out in a
drop
couple
ball.
of minutes.
Yeah,
We're going to find
the
out for a couple of
principal
minutes. Because you
must-
seem
must
to know it better than
No,
all
I
of us
mean-
in that
Yeah,
stadium.
yeah. I was like,
Man,
I was like, why is Kermit complaining? I don't get it.
I didn't have network at the stadium,
made
so I couldn't
sense.
really get the room.
Well, the referee is going to tell us, guys, congratulations. I'm
Thank you so
forever
much.
proud of you, Kermit. And,
Thank you so much.
you know, the seniority you show, but also coming on to shows like this to speak the way you do. We love it. And I'm going to go home. By the time we next time, language sharp.
Oh, all right.
Wawan. Timmy, you must teach me, Chief. I want to hear us. Patrick, I'm very proud of you. And I wish so much more for you. I love your humility. I love your yearning to learn. And I hope that football rewards you with everything you're putting in.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much. It's 18:39. Victor is going to come and answer a couple of questions, including that one from Kermit's understanding. Is Kermit right? 1842, the three wise men. I'm Andile Ncube. He is Mazola Molefe, and he's Victor Hlongwane. Vic, there's a lot that people want to know about as far as the refereeing decisions of the weekend, particularly of the MTN8. We're going to be showing you these on Soccer Zone this evening. You have to watch because some of them need you to see them in explanation.
Let drop ball.
But very quickly, Mazola, before we get into Vic, Mazola, Percy Tau, why is he not part of the squad? He was called up.
Yeah, he was called up. The coach says, does Timmy have the clip of the coach explaining? Yeah, the coach explains why he had a conversation with Percy, personal reasons, and then suddenly Percy turns up for Ali against Ismaili in the Egyptian Premier League on Sunday night. Subsequent to that, he's replaced him with Mduduzi Mdantsane. But the coach does explain, this battle, tug of war between clubs and the national team during the international break.
Then there is a case of Percy Tau. So I had contact with Percy last week. For family reasons, he liked not to be here with us, and I understood it. At the other side, I'm really not amused that he played yesterday with Ali.
Not amused, he says.
Yeah, it's a weird one, that because I mean he is playing at the moment, or was he saying he wants to attend to his personal reasons, during the window, perhaps?
Yeah, maybe sometimes maybe what I've seen also with national team coaches, they react in the moment. Obviously, the game was last night. I mean, it could be that the personal reason is during the international break where Al Ahly release players who, during that time to go attend to family matters or to report for national duty, and perhaps that's the personal reason that Percy Tau is talking about. Because remember with Njabulo Blom as well, the coach, seemingly in hindsight overreacted, but it was explained why Njabulo, had to withdraw, and Njabulo is back in the squad and it's all hunky-dory now. I don't see him leaving out a Percy Tau ahead of the November World Cup qualifiers and the AFCON in January. I'm sure this will be ironed out, but the coach says there should be better communication lines between clubs and the national team, because it happens too many times that players withdraw when they're supposed to report for camp.
This is the time that we're supposed to take calls, but we're special visitors and guests, so we needed to allow them their time. I don't want to go into a lot of the complaints or the moments when at Vic, because we've set aside special long time on Soccer Zone so that we're able to get through all of them. So which two are you giving me?
Thank you, Ma'a. I will start with the drop ball.
Yes, Kermit just explained it now.
Yeah.
I want to hear it from you, because let's paint the picture of what happens here.
Right. Drop ball, it comes from the referee. And an infringement happens when the goalkeeper handles the ball that has been passed to him by his teammate. Now, in this case, the ball has not been passed by his teammate. It's a drop ball from the referee. So the goalkeeper is allowed to handle it.
It doesn't matter what happened prior to the drop ball.
The ball comes from the referee. He can play. He can handle it when he's inside the penalty area. So it was an error from the referee to have given an indirect free kick. Ayiko at all. But if the ball was passed by his teammate, he handles it, or a throw in from a teammate, he handles it, then he will have committed an offense. So Williams did not commit any offense in terms of the loss of the game. So as to why Tom blew the whistle, it was incorrect.
This is so sad. This is so sad, because this is, yes, we might have been wondering and scratching our heads to it, But as a referee at this level,
And
to
he's-
make a mistake of that sort with something like that,
He's just come from a 4 to 6 week rehab program to iron out the
because
errors.
this is a fundamental law in refereeing.
Absolutely. How
And Abongile Tom got it
Abongile
wrong.
Tom gets that wrong. You know, I can understand, you know, the penalty decisions and certain things in the moment, but a basic,
So he got that clean wrong.
yeah.
Very wrong. In terms of the
Because
law,
he
there's no
penalized
law
and he
that
gave an
supports it.
indirect free kick.
And look, the goalkeeper handles inside.
Yeah.
If you check, the free kick was taken outside, was played outside. For what reasons? Haiko. So it's not supported by law. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Okay, which other one are you going to?
The other one is the penalties. There were many appeals for penalties.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the handball one.
Okay,
The law
paint
is
the picture again. Which
Shandu.
one is this?
Shandu.
Yeah.
This, I think it came from
A
a
corner
a
kick.
corner kick. He
Yeah.
jumps
Yes.
on the near post,
The hand doesn't
Uh-huh.
look to be in a
and it
natural
hits him
position.
in the hand.
Yes. Let's
Okay.
let's go to law. The law says not every touch of a player's hand or arm with the ball is an offense. It is an offense if a player deliberately touches the ball with their hand or arm. For example, moving the hand or arm towards the ball. That did not happen. Or he touches the ball with their hand or arm when it has made their body unnatural bigger. So now, the last one is a player is considered to have made their body unnatural bigger when the position of their hand is not a consequence of or justifiable or the player's body movement for that specific situations. So if you look at this, the player is jumping for the ball. The hands have not been outstretched. The hands are in the natural position. The ball hit the hand in that position. No offense has been committed because the hands are in a natural position for that specific movement. If the Shandu had extended like what happened to Mbule when he handles the ball against Kaizer Chiefs, his hands were like this, were outstretched. So this one, they were
So
down.
if you're watching us now on Facebook on SABC Plus, you'll be able to see what the man is doing.
So
If you haven't
I
gotten to
have
it
a
yet, please go and watch us.
I have a question, Principal. So, I mean, maybe it's just...
So hold on, Mazan, hold on. So
Yeah.
no penalty there.
No
correct
penalty, correct call by the,
Okay.
by the referee.
Call. Okay,
not
I
to give
needed
the
you to
penalty.
say that. Okay,
Yeah.
Mazola.
Maybe it's a natural reaction of a player in that instance. But, if you watch the replay, it looks like Shandu felt guilty to almost because he's moving his hand almost immediately when the ball hits him, almost to say it hit his hand, but he's
Unexpected handball. So
Okay.
that's the reaction of unexpected handball.
One more
And
making.
remember-
One more making.
Remember, handball must be deliberate.
yeah.
That means hand moving towards the ball or the
Okay.
player making his body bigger. So if the ball comes to the hand, it's ball to hand, no offense. But when hand goes to the ball, it's hand to the ball, an offense has been committed. The last one, hey, sibona umdlali lana soccer boot yaphuma.
I want you to save that.
Yeah.
I want you to save that for Soccer Zone. I want you to save the
Si-
penalty
the
call
Sipho
again.
Chaine.
Well, yeah, the Sipho Chaine and Peter Sharulile one.
Yeah.
The one I want to go to is because we were called out on it.
Yeah.
We were called out on it last week. Chairman of TS Galaxy
Yeah.
called us out,
Okay.
Tim Sugazi,
To say we didn't watch the game.
and to say it must mean we didn't watch the game
Yeah.
because we didn't speak
About it.
about the penalty incident that happened.
Nukovic-
Yeah.
He says
Nukovic
6
and-
days ago, here it is. He says, without being biased, last night's conspicuous silence by Pay TV Extra Time and SABC Sport, this match incident is very alarming. Seeing such failure and dereliction rather, of duty, we might as well gather views on this platform. Your thoughts, please, right?
Yeah.
And I must explain it to you guys. Every week we sit with 20, 30 decisions.
Sure.
We go with very quick 4 or 5 that we can. We take another 4 or 5 to television.
Yeah.
We can't do all 20, 30.
can't do
We
all.
can't. There's a lot of incidents we can't. But now that we're here, you got to watch of that incident.
Yes.
Please, let's work here with our brother Tim Sugas.
yeah, let's help Ubra team because ikwandebele bafuna ukwazi ukuthi no hiyo akusiyo. It happened on the 15th minute. It was Nikovic that was unamandla lo muntu that was going pound to pound with a defender from Richards Bay.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, wamshaya ngamandla and then the player tripped uNikovic. He prevented him from moving into an advantageous position. So
Banda, I think it was Banda.
Yeah. So Banda tripped Unikovic as he was falling. So when you do that, you are preventing an opponent from moving to an advantageous position. Therefore, tripping is an offense. So penalty should have been awarded for Galaxy. Unfortunately, the referee did not award the penalty.
I don't know what to do with refereeing anymore.
Every
Every week we come here and we say the same thing. And Tavik, you're going to tell us, what is it? They're going to go to rehabilitation. Abongile Tom, who did the final.
And it's the top referees.
Came from rehabilitation.
And now Lukolo Badi is sitting top flight games out.
Can you allow me to go to the last one? Chipa and Shalus.
No, I want answers on what to be done with the refereeing.
Because the rehab is clearly not rehabilitating.
That answer you need to get from the chairman of referees, Mr. Victor Gomez.
No, but you're a former referee yourself. You must tell us.
And you sit with those people. You are still within that. You are still within that platform.
I'm responsible for the ones in Gauteng. They fall under my control. Then I will have an answer as to what am I going to do.
Are you happy with what you're seeing?
He's going to give them an 8 out of 10 again.
I'm not happy with what I see.
Give me a score. How did the referee do in the final? Out of 10.
This cup final. Yeah, this cup final. 6-7.
7?
It's
no. Please switch his mic off. Please switch his mic off. We're done. No, we're done. Switch his mic off. We're done. Let's take let's take your calls rather. Timmy, let's take calls equally. No. Let's take calls. Congratulations once again to Orlando Pirates, and we did the show in the way that we did because wanted to take nothing away from the victory of Amapagania. But let's take your calls. Top of the hour, we out of here, and Faith comes in. We move on to television where this fight with this man, I'm not giving him a name now, is this man, is going to continue. Who do we have on the line? Let's go straight into it, Timmy. We don't have much time, and I'd love for the guys to be able to voice their opinions. Just take one, Dave. Hi.
Hi,
Yeah, no, I'm good, man. Go for it.
Mr. Refus
Hi, Bo. Kanjani? But you had an opportunity, 5-5 penalties, no referee involved in that, and you still lost that too.
That game was supposed to be finished on 90 minutes if we have a fair referee.
Yeah, Kaiser Chiefs feel the same, man.
Exactly.
No, but now you can't wrong, Andy.
when you're benefiting, it's okay.
You didn't benefit, yeah. Bye-bye. Let's go to Mandilake. It's been a while, Mandilake. Mandilake is in deep slot. Hi.
Yeah. I've been trying to call.
That's a beautiful thing to hear, Mandilake. And go, man. We appreciate it, though. Talk to me.
Okay, I want to talk about the final. Budandila, I knew it for a fact that Sundowns won't win the game because I've said it. The way Sundowns is approaching this league is like SuperSport and SAPC. You can't buy all the players and have the squad that can win the league sitting on the bench somewhere on the stadium.
Wait.
Noma kungaza expected. What is going on? What they are doing is Sundowns double sword because they are weakening this league and they can't win anything even in Africa. The weakest team of Kaizer Chiefs went to the finals. We saw that team that went to Umvela. It went to semi-finals because they made this league so weak. They don't have competition. A league by winner easy because it's a marathon, but it's going to be pound to pound in any cup final, in any knockout. That's why they can't stand even knockout lay because the way they have weakened this league, and there's no expert who can tell me in another way. It's going to be like this. They're going to win the league all the times. They're not going to win the Champions League. They're not going to win the Cups.
Have they weakened the league or have the other teams not strengthened it?
No, they have weakened the league. You can't have Abu Magaman control the market. It's the way SuperSport Adilanga Kona the SAPC. You buy all, you block the market. You have Abu Magaman, we have controller Lapayana, you have Abu Nico Mobile. Some teams can't buy those players. Those players can't play with you. I mean, like, I don't know why. Experts dismiss this point here, but even Hugo Plus said it. Even Hugo Plus said it. Sundowns is not going anywhere.
I appreciate you. Thank you very much.
He came back strong, Mandila.
No, he did, but I know Rulani. He's listening to this, and you've just given him a challenge, basically.
Yeah.
You've just said to Rulani, prove me wrong.
Yeah.
Let's see if he will. Let's go to David. David is out of Goodland. David.
Thank you for Andile and the crew. What a weekend it was.
What a weekend it was, my brother.
I want to say, I mentioned your guest, the referee there.
He used to make 2 out of 10 himself.
When it comes to him and Pirates, there is history. But I want to be fair with you. The Shalulile issue that dropped match box, he fouled the keeper. And nobody is even mentioning that that handball for it would have been a 50-50 one. And then we come to the issue of the Sundowns.
Hold on,
you give us the facts.
Hold on, David.
You must give us the facts.
Which handball? Which handball was 50-50?
The Sund one.
The one that hit him that hit him from the corner.
Yeah.
So what 50-50 are you talking about? Which law says 50-50 handball?
It is possible that one can be given.
He's saying it could have gone either way.
No, David, don't bring your own law. Don't bring your own law. We use FIFA laws of the game. There's no 50-50 in the laws of the game. It's hand to ball or ball to the hand. And hand outstretched, that's it. Don't bring any other ingredients to confuse the listeners.
Mr. Referee, I know your history in Pirates.
You know nothing about the history of Pirates. You know nothing.
What is the history of Pirates, David?
Yeah, God is the history.
That man destroyed Pirates. Let me ask one thing.
Yeah.
I want to ask the Devo Mukwena tackle on Saleng. Nobody's mentioning it.
We saw that. Mukwena.
Oh yes, he went with
yes.
Yes, he did.
So that's serious foul play. That's a red card. So now what are you saying? It should have been a red. Yes. What are you saying?
Yeah.
The history now.
But it's lightly passively mentioned, eh?
We put
fine, Mr. Referee.
David, I appreciate you. It should have been a red card. I gotta go. Koketso is out in Johannesburg. Let's take Koketso very quickly. There is on line 5. Koketso.
Hi, Anil, how are you?
Yeah, man, I'm better than Victor.
He's under fire.
I'm good. I have a solution for the issue of the South African referees. We took on one handling over. Matters came back to the game.
And ref.
Andile?
They must come back to ref.
Yes, they must just come back. Finish and class.
Gee whiz, okay, so thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Hey, that's an indictment
Ferdinand out in Witbank. Ferdinand.
Was it the weekend that was?
The weekend that was, my brother.
Yeah, I get a match 6 years better Paula. I know.
Bye-bye, Ferdinand. Bye-bye. Mazola, you were at the stadium. What was that the referee chucked out?
I have no idea. I was, the broadcasters this time around, the coaches did not allow us to sit behind them. So we were sitting up there in the media box.
So you didn't see him?
So I didn't see it.
Victor, what did you hear about that?
What do you need?
The thing that, what did the referee pick up and throw away?
But you mentioned we'll show it at Soccer Zone clearly.
I saw pictures of it on social media.
Okay.
Only
no,
after
apparently
the game.
we'll show it on Soccer Zone. So let's watch. 10 o'clock on SABC 1. Pella.
Ncube.
Nansomi.